Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you all things chocolate. I think I've got about 12 chocolate fragrances for you today. So can't wait to share with you my thoughts. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get started. I'm going to start by sharing some fragrances that have chocolate, and the chocolate is definitely very present, but there's other notes in there that kind of balance it before getting into the major chocolate fragrances. So the first one is the most affordable, and it's Modeste Dieu by Afnan. Now this one is similar to La Nuit Trésor. La Nuit Trésor doesn't have any chocolate, but this one does. So this one is like chocolate covered strawberry, chocolate covered cherry, kind of that vibe. That's what you get in this one. It's super decadent and delicious, smells very intoxicating, perfect for date nights. Just an awesome, awesome fragrance. This is also a fragrance that, although there's chocolate present, you can definitely wear this in the summer as well. So love this one. The next one is Venom of Love by Navitus. Definitely the cherry, the boozy cherry is most present. I wanted to talk about this one though, because it's similar to the Tom Ford, but where the Tom Ford has woodiness in it, this one has chocolate. So the dry down has a lot more chocolate in it, and I love it. So this is, to me, just so decadent and mouth-watering. It's just gorgeous. The chocolate is there, but it's more in the background, but I thought it was worth mentioning because it's so, so, so addictive. Love this fragrance. Now, another one that is balanced with a fruit is Pears and Chocolate Delight by Enrico, I believe it is. This one is really interesting. You'd never think pear would go with chocolate, and basically it's just pear and chocolate. That's what you're getting in this. The pear is a very fresh, juicy, sweet pear. It's not overripe at all. It's almost a little bit green of a pear, and I never would have thought pear and chocolate would work together, but this is freaking delicious. To me, this is a great fragrance for more the spring, summer, more so than the winter, but it is really amazing. So definitely, if you've smelt this and tried it, weigh in. This is one that Hesse got me onto, but I just find it really, really fascinating. It's simple, yet absolutely mouth-watering. So love it. Now these are moving into the more chocolatey. It's Blood Cherry Cordial by Enquiries. This one is just new. I just got this sample. This is really, really potent, kind of like a fudgy chocolate in this one. So that's what I get right off the cuff, is a real fudgy chocolate smell. As that dries down, you start to get kind of a little bit of a cherry. It's not uber boozy, but it's definitely got some kick to it, some depth to it. So where something like Venom of Love is cherry first, then chocolate, this one would be chocolate first, then cherries. It's a chocolate fondue, and you're kind of dipping the cherries in the fondue, and the cherry isn't quite as boozy. It's more of a cherry cordial almost. It's even called cherry cordial. Really, really delectable fragrance. The chocolate's almost too much in the opening, but then it just dries down to a beautiful kind of chocolate cherry. So really enjoy this one. Now this next one, it has cocoa hazelnut spread. So I was tempted not to mention it, but it's so freaking yummy, and it definitely has a bit of a chocolatey feel. And that is Angel Muse by Mugler. Now, some people say this smells a little bit like Nutella. Definitely get that chocolate hazelnut vibe. The EDT has more chocolate in it than this one, but this one is just so yummy. So yummy for fall and winter. So I thought I would mention it. Definitely the chocolate is in there, but it's not like center stage. But it's just so good, I had to put it in there. Now, the rest of this list, it's just straight up like a lot of chocolate. So the first one is Van Cleef & Arpels Orchidée Vanille. So this one, it smells kind of like a powdered vanilla cocoa. Definitely powdery, very cozy. But the chocolate for me is very present. I think maybe it's just cacao, but it comes across as just kind of a somehow like a powdered vanilla chocolate mix. Really, really warm and cozy. It's more of a skin scent, but I love this one. I find it really relaxing for some reason. Next is Choco Violet by Mancera. Now this one, the chocolate is very present, but so is that violet. So it's like, it's shared. The name is perfect. You get a lot of that violet. So think Insolence, you know how Insolence is that candied violet. That would be the similar with this one, except it's mixed with chocolate. And it's not my favorite. This is one I wouldn't purchase a full bottle of. But if you like violet, you definitely should try this. A lot of people really, really enjoy Choco Violet. It feels very powdery. It feels relaxing. Violet's a tricky note for me, so this isn't my favorite. But if you've smelt it and you like it, weigh in and say what you think. Definitely the chocolate's present though, and it's a really nice mix. Like they work well together for some reason. One of my absolute favorite chocolate fragrances is Chocolate Earth by Untamed Perfumes. She reformulated this. Oh yeah. As soon as I smell it, as soon as it gets in the air, I'm in love with it. So that chocolate is very present, but it's a sexy chocolate. Sometimes chocolate can be overpowering. This is freaking sexy. What I like about this one, besides the fact that it's sexy because of the earthiness in it. It's such a, it's kind of a weird fragrance, but I'm so freaking in love with it. It's got fennel, tarragon. I think there's some pine in here, but you definitely get that tarragon feel. And it's weird. There's also mushroom in here. So there's definitely an earthiness to it. There's even actual like earth notes in here. So you get that earth, but paired with the chocolate, it's just so delicious. If you want a sophisticated chocolate fragrance, sometimes chocolate, like it's just fun. Chocolate's fun. So it can smell yummy. It can smell decadent, delicious. But this one is kind of a sophisticated, very unique chocolate fragrance that is absolutely unisex. So I can see guys liking this as well. And it's just really, it's so unique. Really like that earthy quality in there. It doesn't quite make sense to me, but I love it. And yeah, I find it uber sexy. Love it. One of my like ride or die chocolate fragrances is Hugo Boss, the scent Private Accord for Her. This one, I just love it. Like it's got osmanthus in it. There's chocolate. It smells like milk chocolate powder. There's a little bit of orange in there. So it's a little bit floral, but mainly you're getting that milk chocolate. It reminds me a little bit of a By Terry's chocolate orange that comes out at Christmas. So this one is really beautiful. It's a very mild, doesn't last long. So if you want kind of the same scent profile, but you want it to last 10 hours, go with Chocolate Greedy by Montal. That fragrance, it gives you that same feel. So you get the orange, you get the chocolate, but it's way stronger. Way stronger, it lasts way longer. Personally, I prefer this one, even though the longevity is poor on this, because it's not so in your face. So sometimes I don't want to smell like, bam, chocolate, like, hi, I'm a chocolate bar. I don't want to smell like that. So this smells like a By Terry's chocolate orange, but it's a little bit more feminine, a little bit softer, a little bit more sophisticated, honestly. Whereas Chocolate Greedy is like, bam, I'm a chocolate bar, come and sniff me. And it's so strong, like when I've sprayed it, I'm like, so really enjoy it. But it's so strong. So for me, I prefer this one. If you want something with a bit more kick to it, go with Chocolate Greedy. If you like that By Terry chocolate orange smell, so kind of like a really delicious milk chocolate with orange, those two are amazing. Now, one that I've tried recently that's full on chocolate is Velvet Chocolate by Theodoros Kelatini. Now that fragrance, it smells like chocolate cake, like totally like chocolate cake. So if you love chocolate cake, it's perfect. Like a fudgy, decadent, triple chocolate cake. That's kind of the smell of it. So really enjoy it. Again, to me, those fragrances are kind of fun. I would likely pair that with something else. So I think that the chocolate cake one would be amazing with any sort of a Tom Ford Lost Cherry type dupe. Mixing the two of those would be like literally spectacular, so yummy. Or if you want to kick a chocolate with whatever fragrance, like with a spicy fragrance, to put it on with chocolate velvet. Is it chocolate velvet or velvet chocolate? Anyway, that would be amazing. I don't know if I'd want to wear that one on its own though. I've got 4 more to share with you. First of all is Chabot's lait au chocolat, straight up milk chocolate. Like, it reminds me of chocolate milk. Like, remember when we were kids and we'd get the brown chocolate milk, like in the carton, not the stuff, not the quick. It's way chocolatier than that. That's what this smells like. Longevity on this one isn't amazing again, but it's such a beautiful milk chocolate smell. Really enjoy this one. I enjoy the thought of this is another one that I think would be amazing to layer with. I wouldn't mind layering these two because this will amp up the chocolate. But yeah, this is really nice to me. This is just really warm, relaxing, comforting. This is a fragrance I would likely want to wear more just when I'm around the house wanting to feel all cozy and wonderful. This one, love it. This next one, I don't know if she's open yet. When she is, if you get a chance, try We Plus by Kais. This is such an amazing chocolate fragrance. Val talked about chocolate s'mores, I believe it was, from Dua, and that one was nice, but I prefer this one. This one, it has the marshmallow graham wafer chocolate feel. Definitely the chocolate is prominent, but what makes this stand out is that it has a coffee note in there, which gives it somehow a little bit of booziness. So this one, I enjoy wearing it on its own, but this is another one that I prefer to layer with something because otherwise it's just a little bit too much chocolate. But I really, really enjoy this fragrance. The longevity on it is crazy awesome as well. So I have 2 more to share with you. This first one is called Call Me By Your Name, which is a Juliana's perfume, and it's an extrait de parfum. And it is supposed to be like Guerlain's Gourmand Coquin. This is absolutely gorgeous. So definitely chocolate centric. Now this has notes of chocolate in it. There's some vanilla, some spices, some sugar, a little bit of a boozy feel. I think there's benzoin in here as well. This is just an absolute delicious chocolate fragrance. I find the longevity amazing on this. Gourmand Coquin, I don't believe that you can buy it now, like it was discontinued. So it's cool that this is here. If you haven't ever tried Juliana's perfumes, you should definitely check them out. They've got really solid fragrances, and they're all extrait de parfum, so definitely great fragrances. But this Call Me By Your Name, I absolutely love it. I think it's a sophisticated chocolate fragrance. Some of these are like chocolatey, but they're not necessarily sophisticated. This one definitely is, but it definitely has a lot of chocolate in it. So you gotta love the chocolate, but I think that this is such a stunning, beautiful, kind of elegant chocolate fragrance. Now, the last fragrance, and probably my favorite out of them, is Chocolate Queen by Navitus. It has a ton of gourmand notes in it. Definitely has chocolate. It has dulce de leche. It's got chocolate fudge in it. It's got Bailey's Irish cream, pralines, almond. So tons of delicious gourmand chocolatey type notes. But somehow this is very, very sophisticated again, and it smells like there's some sort of floral in here. So it smells kind of spacious and roomy, doesn't feel thick and cloying, even though it's a very sweet kind of thick fragrance. It's very luscious and decadent and very intriguing to me. So I just think this is a gorgeous fragrance. The chocolate is very present. It's very sweet and mouth-watering. But somehow it's very wearable. So even though it's got chocolate, like chocolate velvet, ones like that, they're fun. I don't find them overly wearable, whereas this one is definitely more wearable. Yeah, I absolutely love this. So even though it's thick in the chocolate department, it feels almost as if there's a floral in here, even though they don't mention a floral note. Smells like there might be some orange blossom just kind of hovering around to kind of help give it space and make it feel less thick. I just think it's a genius concoction, honestly. It's so, so good. So as far as my favorites are concerned, honestly, Chocolate Queen and Chocolate Earth are my favorite. Chocolate is a little bit of a tricky note. So to me, both of these, they're very, very different. This has that earthy component. This is just straight up gourmand, but somehow they both have kind of a sophistication and a bit of a twist on them, which makes them more wearable. So really, really enjoy both of these fragrances. So what about you? What are your favorite chocolate fragrances? Please weigh in. If you've tried any of these, let me know what you think. What are your favorites? I have quite a few favorites. Like honestly, I love the Oui Plus too. I love the Juliana's one. I love Les Chocolate. So like quite a few of them. I love Hugo Boss. I love them all except for Choco Violet. Not a fan of Choco Violet. Yeah, you gotta like Violet to like that one, but it's still an interesting fragrance. So what about you? Weigh in. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.